Okay, so picture this. You're on an island, it's hot, you're hungry, and there are, what, 10 people there?
10 people, 10 different personalities.
Exactly. And somehow when you're watching it all play out, the entire show, the entire narrative, feels like it's just orbiting one single person.
It's the main character syndrome turned up to 11.
Right. We are talking about episode 7 of Singles Inferno and the undeniable domination of Minasu. I'm calling it the Minasu effect.
It's a genuine gravitational pull. It doesn't matter who you are, the stoic one, the emotional one. You somehow end up in her orbit. And the producers, they know it.
So today, for this deep dive, we're not just going to recap dates. We're going to unpack the tactics. We're looking at what our source material calls the advice alibi, which is just brilliant.
A masterpiece of social engineering, really.
We'll get into the brutal honesty of that chicken and beer date, and we're going to ask if some of these challenges are, well,
A little produced.
let's just say that. Rigged is a strong word. But when you see what happens on that beach,
Yeah, the math isn't mathing. Let's just put it that way.
we'll get to the turtle stack. I promise. It's a visual. So we're basing this on a breakdown from Once Young that really zoned in on the dialogue and the editing. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's start with that reward date. The chicken and beer.
Right. Not paradise, but maybe the next best thing. Hanwoo wins first. He picks Go-hyun. No surprise there.
Expected.
But then Sung-yeol gets second place. And the tension, I mean, you could just feel it.
And this was such a key moment for Minji. Her confidence has been, slowly eroding since day one. She's so stressed, nearly crying, just waiting.
And he picks her. He picks Minji. The relief was just, it was huge. Everybody's hyping her up. It felt like this big win for her.
It felt like a win.
What was it? Because the moment they sit down, that whole vibe just, it evaporates.
Yeah, this is where we see the difference between winning the date and winning the person. And Sung-yeol decides this is the perfect time for some brutal, almost clinical honesty.
It was painful to watch. He tells her straight up that part of the reason he chose her was because she mentioned she wanted chicken.
I mean, points for listening, I guess. But that's not exactly romantic, is it?
No, it frames it like an act of charity, like, oh, you were hungry. But then it gets so much worse.
He admits he's 70% intrigued by Minasu.
70%. He put a number on it. Who does that?
He basically tells her she's the safe option, comfortable, reliable. But the real intrigue, the spark, that's somewhere else. And Minji, she picks up on that immediately.
She does. And then she asks the question you should never, ever ask unless you're prepared for the answer to just crush you.
The brutal question.
She says, if this reward was paradise, the hotel, would you have chosen Minasu?
And he just says, yes.
No pause, no hesitation, just yes.
It's such a moment. Because on one hand, you could say he's being honest. He's not leading her on.
But the timing, he gives her this win and then immediately smashes it away.
Yeah. Exactly. It's cruel. And Minji even admits later that she was hoping he would lose the challenge just so he wouldn't have to choose.
Think about that. She'd rather he fail than risk being rejected.
And by picking her, but then telling her she wasn't the real choice, he just confirmed all of her deepest insecurities. It keeps Minasu on a pedestal, even when she's not there.
Speaking of Minasu, let's get into her actual strategy. Our source material points out this very specific pattern, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. They call it the advice alibi.
This is some next-level social maneuvering. So before Minasu does something she knows is going to be messy,
Right, or controversial, or hurt someone's feelings.
she seeks out one of the other girls, like Yi-jin, for advice.
Yeah. She asks these really general questions like, should I just follow my heart? But she's not really asking for advice, is she?
No, she wants a permit. She wants social permission. She already knows what she's going to do.
Of course.
But by framing it that way, she forces the other person to say, yes, of course, follow your heart. Who's going to say, no, you should be miserable?
Nobody. It's genius. So then, when she goes and causes all this drama, she has this built-in alibi. Well, Yi-jin told me to do it.
It's not her fault anymore, you see. It spreads the social responsibility. It's honestly brilliant in a terrifying way.
And her timing is just, it's surgical. She pulls Sung-il for a chat right when Minji is getting ready for their date.
So she's the last thing on his mind. And then she pulls Subin the literal second he's done talking to Heesun. She doesn't leave any room for anyone else.
Oh, that Subin conversation. We had to break that down. It was a master class in flipping a narrative.
It really was. Subin starts out cold.
Yeah.
And he has a right to be. He felt ignored. He felt like she was being insincere. He was trying to set a boundary.
He was. He would say, you hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And what does Minasu do? She doesn't apologize. She goes on the attack.
She flips it completely. She says,
Yeah.
you treat me like a stranger. She makes herself the victim of his distance.
And he folds instantly.
Like a cheap suit. He
Yeah.
goes from being cold and distant to, well, actually, my feelings never went away. I was just sad.
And then they're giggling. They're flirting again. It's a complete 180.
And you have poor Heesun watching this from a distance. She says that even when Subin is with her, he's looking at Minasu. And that, right there, is the Minasu effect in a nutshell.
It's wild. It's like she casts a spell.
It is. She's constructed this narrative of being this delicate, fragile person, but she's actually the one pulling all the strings.
Okay, let's take a breath from all that emotional chess and look at the stable couple, Hunwoo and Go-yoon.
It's like watching a completely different show. It's calm. It's sweet.
But there was that one moment on their date. Go-yoon brings up that Minasu was admiring Hunwoo's physique.
And Go-yoon says, I silently agreed, which is fair.
Totally fair. But I loved Hyunwoo's response. He didn't get weird. He didn't play games.
No, he shut it down immediately. He just said, I'm not going to fall for her, and I'm not going to paradise with anyone but you.
That's how you do it. That is security. He just completely takes Minasu off the board for that.
And then he has maybe the strangest flex in dating show history.
Oh my God, yes. He looks her dead in the eye and says, I checked. I'm the only left-handed guy here.
It's so weirdly specific. Like, he did a census of the island's handedness.
But it's also so endearing because he remembered she said she likes left-handed guys. So he literally went and did research.
It shows he's paying attention to the little things. But we do have to talk about the regression, because even with this great date,
Oh no, the factory setting.
he reverts right back. Later on, there's that scene where he's just handing her a cup and he looks terrified.
He's shaking. It's just a cup, man.
And it shows that contrast, right? You have the toxic excitement of Minasu and Subin, and then you have this awkward stability. Hunwoo is so scared of messing it up that he just freezes.
Which feels very real,
Yeah.
actually. Meanwhile, you have this other little triangle brewing with Egon, Go-yoon, and Sung Min.
Yeah, and it gets lost in the shuffle. But it's really interesting. Sung Min is, as the source says, locked in, but also boring.
He's the nice guy. He's totally focused on Go-yoon. In the real world, great. On this show, not so much.
And you can see it on Go-eun's face. When she's with Egon, she's laughing, she's engaged, she's got that little bit of edge.
He even tells her Yijin isn't that fun.
Right, but then when Sung Min comes over with his whole no pressure, just pick who you want speech.
Her face it shuts down.
Yeah.
She goes into polite customer service mode.
Exactly. The energy just drains away. He's safe, but there's no spark, no friction.
The classic nice guy trap.
Yeah.
But speaking of moves, we got to give a shout out to Jae Jin, the Polaroid save.
Oh, that was smooth. So smooth. He comes back from Paradise with Han, and Ju Young is obviously not happy about it.
She is fuming.
Yeah.
And most guys would just lie.
Right.
Say it was awful.
But he doesn't. He admits he had a good time, which is risky, but then he pulls out a Polaroid of a flower.
And says, I took this for you.
Chef's kiss.
Mhm.
It was perfect. It's on par with Han Jae's line about her being prettier than the sunset. It says, I was there, but I was thinking of you. Diffuses the whole situation.
Okay. We've put it off long enough. We have to talk about the beach game, the turtle stack.
Ugh. This is where I start to feel the heavy hand of the producers.
So the game is they have to stand on a shrinking platform in pairs. And the pairing is supposedly random, drawing colored balls from a bag.
Supposedly.
But what are the odds? What are the actual odds that Minasu ends up paired with three guys? Sung-il, Subin, and Sung-hoon.
The odds are basically zero, and the visual it creates is just absurd. She's literally at the bottom of a pile of men, stacked like turtles, as the source said.
I mean, she is literally buried under her own storyline. It felt so incredibly forced.
It did. It was like the producers just said, okay, how can we make Minasu the physical center of attention? And it drags everyone back into her drama.
It's the Minasu effect,
Yeah.
but like mandated by the production team.
Which brings us to the cliffhanger. The episode ends yet again on Minasu making a choice for paradise.
And my question is, are we still on the edge of our seats? The source argues that this dynamic is kind of exhausted. Yeah. We know the pattern.
I think that's fair. She likes Subin, she circles Sung-il to make Minji nervous, and she's friend-zoned Sung-hoon. We've seen this play out already.
Yeah, when one person takes up 50% of the screen time, the other stories, like Egon and Go-yoon, They don't have room to grow.
Ah.
And the cliffhanger doesn't hit as hard.
It has diminishing returns. At this point, no matter who she picks, the core dynamic probably isn't going to change that much.
Okay, so let's recap the big takeaways here. First, the advice alibi. A masterclass in getting permission to do what you were already going to do.
Genius, but definitely shady. Then we have the danger of brutal honesty. Sung-il taught us that just because it's true doesn't mean you have to say it.
Yeah, he cleared his conscience and completely wrecked hers. And finally, just the raw power of that gravitational pull. Whether it's charisma or rigged games, some people just pull everyone in.
It makes you look at your own life a bit differently, doesn't it? Like, who's the Mina Sue in your friend group?
That's the question I want to leave you all with. In these high-stakes social games we all play, is that kind of brutal honesty really a virtue? Or is it just a selfish way to make yourself feel better while making someone else carry the weight?
And maybe keep an eye out for the awkward guy doing a census of left-handed people. Sometimes that's where the real effort is.
Keep your eyes open for those alibi conversations. Thanks for diving in with us.
See you next time.